Hello guys, and welcome to another, well, we could probably put this as history, another history video vlog in my very own hometown, South Australia. And this one I haven't done, well, of any of my videos. I've been here many years ago. I don't think I was a YouTuber at the time. But this, we're going to visit the Aviation Museum. And because I was kind of think of more ideas to do here in my hometown. I've pretty much done a lot of things, a majority of the things anyway, until my main big trip. If you guys obviously follow my channel, you know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, this one here, we're gonna meet a guy named Alan. He's a tourist guide, and he's gonna run us through some of the older aircrafts in there. I think they've got some F-16s, F-18s. If you guys are into your jets like I am, I've always been an aviation kid since I was young. Yeah, I as soon as I see an aircraft, I get excited. I'm like a kid in a lolly shop. But hey, you know, we all have our different passions and everything else, so we're going to go in there, and basically he's going to run us through. There is a small fee. It's not very much, guys. It's like $10 or $15. I think it's like $10. I can even drop the subscription down below if you guys are living in South Australia, or you're here, whichever you want to visit something like this. And I'm pretty sure maybe in your state or hometown you've got an aviation or a museum or something like that. But if you are in Adelaide, I can drop the information down and below in the description. And yeah, come see these guys, and it'll be fantastic. I'm sure they'll walk you through all the history and all the aviation aircrafts that have obviously all retired inside the building, inside here. So let's roll in, let's get our ticket, and we'll go meet Alan. Oh yeah, I'm excited.
This is hangar number one. We got rockets, we got the fast ones, fast jets, we got a Hornet here, and we got the F-111 behind it.
Wow.
It's the second F-111 we had, because the first one they found out it had overseas history. So they pinched it back again and they gave us another one.
Oh wow. So what type of history?
Yeah, and it served overseas on spy missions in Timor.
Wow. Okay.
So, and this one, they reckon Air Force still own it. We don't.
Okay.
It's only sitting here, it's parked here. At any time they reckon they can come and pinch it back again. It's still an active, serviceable aeroplane.
Kidding. Wow. So it's still in service.
We actually walk around it every day, and as we do with the other F-111, and we check them over. When we have certain people that are authorised.
So as soon as they run out of
it, we check them over, make sure there's no leaks. This one was still leaking for 12 months. Wow. Coming out of it.
Okay.
And the poor F-111 hasn't flown in years, still leaks on it.
Wow. So as soon as they run out of aircraft or they want this one back, they'll just come get it?
They can come and get this one. This one is an active aeroplane.
Out the doors, oh well, okay, obviously here. Yeah. So obviously, oh okay, you got two doors. I was going to say, because you'd have to move all these aircraft to get one out.
So you can have a wander around in all of them, and then when you get back through hangar 2,
yep,
through that door, we've got big ones there you can wander around, the Caribou and the Orion. But when you come back here, and I'll take you back to the workshop.
Yeah, sure.
Because that'll be more interesting for you to take.
Okay.
The main point about this one is it's still an active Air Force airplane.
Wow. And it's a pity you can't climb up here in the cockpit there. And
yeah, not in that one.
No.
We do have guided tours of the cockpit of the F-111.
Okay.
A couple of guys that work here, for the volunteers, and if you want to pay $100, and they can you can climb in there and have a sit around.
wow. So obviously this one's
notice this thing. They're both similar in speed.
But longer nose?
But you look at the size of that, it's a big aeroplane.
Wow, okay. So that one's obviously retired as well?
Yeah. Oh, they're long gone. The last time one of these things flew was more than 10 years ago.
Unreal.
But the last person to fly this F-18 was a very pleasant lady. She delivered it to Edinburgh out there, and then they brought it here.
Yeah, Edinburgh. Yeah. I was not far from there.
They folded it all up, brought it here on a truck. Took them several days to unpack it and put it back together again.
Yep.
But it's a going aeroplane.
And obviously,
we had an engine run day here.
Okay.
And Jim Wally, whose name you see on the side of that aeroplane, was given a bit of chat about it. But they found out that the nice blonde girl that was standing down here with the rest of us, she was the actual pilot that flew here.
Wow. Okay.
So one of our guys, who was an engine guy, he just said, "You're the last pilot to fly this aeroplane." And she said, "Yeah, apparently I am." And he said, "Do you want to start a real engine? Come with me." And they took her out there and they had a Rolls-Royce Merlin set up and said, "Push that button, wave that bloody throttle there."
Yep.
And she started up the Rolls-Royce Merlin.
Unreal. So with the wings folding up, obviously, I guess they use these on the aircraft carriers, correct? Okay. So they can obviously knack them in closer and...
Yep. So it's an aircraft carrier machine, so it works off carriers, but we never used it for that.
Yeah.
But they have used the tail hook on them because all the military air bases around Australia have a arrestor hook in case they have brake failures or whatever, they need to pull up in a hurry. And they can use the hook, and they have done.
Is that for the cable?
Yeah.
Yep. Unreal. But I actually thought all the aircrafts in here are all obviously retired, and so obviously this one here's still.
This one isn't retired. All the others are.
It's just they've wanted to use your parking space.
Yeah.
Oh wow. If you guys haven't seen the movie Top Gun, check it out. This is the, which one's it? The F-16 or?
F-18.
F-18, yeah. And is there one bigger than this? They go above the 18 or?
Sure now, we've got the F-35. We've got a model of it out there, a life-size one.
Yep.
Which is used as a radar target for ground practice, etc.
So, silly question, they're obviously missiles, correct?
No, it's a fuel tank.
Oh, fuel tank.
That's a missile.
And they're still active? Surely they're not active, are they?
No.
Oh, I was going to say. Because, I mean, if that dropped, it'd be catastrophic.
It'd ruin your day even if it didn't go off because they weigh a lot.
Wow.
That's quite a heavy one. If it landed on your foot, you'd not be feeling very happy.
Yeah, because I've seen them, quite a few blokes when they put them up, you know.
Usually they've got a special hoisting arrangement, and cables and everything hooked onto them, or reach them up in there.
I love aviation. I'd love to go in one, but I wouldn't probably dare to. I've seen the G-forces these things can pull. Is it 10 Gs, 12 Gs?
Off. That's all. That's
wow. The sheer size of these things, when you get close to them, you see them on TV or YouTube and stuff like that, you know, and then you have to go see someone and get close to it, the sheer size of them, it's unreal.
Everyone's still got its engines in it.
So there's the hook. So obviously you would not be sitting here while the fire's off. Or on the side to cook the sausage. The heat is amazing.
That's been done, cooking sausages.
Oh, I'm kidding. Wow, and the sheer size of this one's even bigger again. Unreal. I'm actually, because I've never been out of Australia. My next trip is obviously Vietnam.
Yep.
But if I ever want to do a big trip to like America or something, I'd love to go see the NASA museum.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that would be brilliant. I had a friend of mine that did it, and fantastic. The stuff that you'd see in there, oh my God. And I wish we had something like that here, you know, if they big enough building and stuff like that. But wow. So what's the go with the, you guys buy these?
No.
No?
The Air Force is just lending them to us.
Oh.
They still own them.
Right, every single one of them?
These two.
These two, okay.
And the PC-9 over there.
Okay, the PC-9, yep.
The PC-9 is, so, every one of my friends that has seen that think it's so perfect it should be in a glass case.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
condition.
beautiful.
Okay. So obviously, well, half of them you guys own the older ones at the back, or
Yeah, some of them.
okay, yep,
Or they were donated.
yep. And so they were never used. You could never use them and rebuild them. What, the older ones, or
No, most of them are too far gone.
Too far gone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Particularly that DC3, it looks fine on the outside, but I know guys that have inspected it. They said there's got a lot of corrosion in it. And this would be the same. This would have a lot of corrosion in it.
Yeah, yeah. Because obviously it was
we've got a Mirage out there that I've been working on.
Okay.
And its last mission was to fly here to
Edinburgh. Wow.
And then it got brought in here, and it was not to fly again after that.
That was it.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're concerned that it is very corroded.
Yep. Well, it comes with the crucial parts, you know. I mean, if there's wear and tear on wings and stuff like that.
You see the tin cans there? They're from the oil leaks.
Oil leaks. Wow, they're still leaking.
I think it's crying.
Well, yeah, it sounds like that.
Wants to be up there doing that too again.
For sure. So how many litres of oil were these obviously things home?
I've been a bit sorry.
Yep.
I've got a reservoir.
So they don't drain it?
Probably had about 30 litres of hydraulic fluid in it.
Yep, yep. So they obviously drain them as much as they can when they bring them here, and then
there's still probably 10 litres.
10 litres.
They can't get out.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I've seen the guys that fly these, and it's unreal when they pull some G's, and they really got to train themselves and without passing out. Oh crikey! Okay, so what are these? What are these used for?
This is all stuff that came from the Woomera rocket range.
Oh wow! Okay.
Missile tracking, as this one is.
Wow. And they still use these top machines?
I think they've moved on a bit. These
moved on a little bit, yep.
1960s vintage and older. This one's an optical tracker. I think that now everything's radar tracking.
Yeah. Unreal. It's obviously a lot harder back then to do that way to track, missiles. I guess that's the technology they had back then. Oh wow. Looks a bit more advanced. Unreal. I wouldn't know where to start to operate one of these,
Well, there's a fair bit of training involved.
Yeah. So obviously they had 2 people on each side.
Yeah. Drive it.
Wow. So now we're going to
That's something that you don't see every day. That's a Gingivic target drone.
Okay. What do they call it, sir?
They're Australian built, designed and built. They used to launch them, and they still use them.
Wow, okay.
They're targets, and they use them for tracking.
For tracking?
Yeah, and then they used to shoot them down.
More like a drone?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are drones.
Oh, okay, drone, yep.
These are drones 1950s style.
Wow. I was going to say that, was that in the original colour, or you guys sprayed that?
That's how they are.
Okay, because it'd be quite bright in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are all radio controlled.
Yep.
And very old system.
Because I thought normally they would paint it grey to camouflage.
No, they wanted to be able to track it. They wanted the guys to find it.
Oh, right. That was the whole idea.
They're supposed to go and use camera guns and shoot them down.
Oh, wow.
I used to know an old guy that worked on the rocket range, and he said these things, they used to run out of fuel sometimes way out in the bush, and they'd come down and land in the bush. And he said sometimes you'd think there was somebody still flying it, because they would land in the only patch of clearing. There would be trees over there, and they'd land in a patch all by themselves.
And they still use these today?
Yeah. They used to use them at Nowra for the Navy. They used to fly them out of the water, and the Navy ships track them.
Okay, I see that. So it's on a set of wheels, because I was going to say there's no wheels. So when they do land it, obviously it's going to take a hard landing.
It's got a big skid on it.
Right, okay.
Skid.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I mean, probably the safest to do that without getting shot down.
Yeah.
And they'd rather have one of these and rather a pilot, you know what I mean? Wow, look at the wing on this thing.
That's a Canberra bomber.
Okay.
Which, when it came out in the early 1950s, nothing could come near it. These things were flying above 50,000 feet.
50,000.
Incredible.
Wow.
And Australia operated them for a very long time.
Yep.
When was it? I was still in Williamstown in 1984 or something. I was still flying them then.
Wow.
And they were so good, the Americans even bought them.
Oh, crikey.
It's English. It's an English aeroplane.
Yep.
And normally the Americans don't like buying aeroplanes that they didn't build.
Yep.
But they bought these things.
Okay. So, is that a seat there, I guess? Or is...
Yeah.
Okay, so someone
That's
would
where
sit
the
in
bomb
there.
aimer used to
bomb
live.
aiming, okay.
Yeah, he used to lurk in there.
Wow. I know the older ones, I don't know the name of them, but they used to sit at the front there with the machine gun.
Yeah.
And the pilot would be upstairs, you know, above them. And...
These used to pop bombs, so pretty big bomb bay in them.
Yeah.
Australia used them.
Yep. And have you guys tried obviously starting these things, or they just...
We do have some that we start, but mostly the pistons. We haven't got any jet engines at this stage.
Okay.
Well, only one APU, auxiliary power unit. That's a jet.
Yep. And that's you still start.
Yeah, we start.
Yep. So there's obviously certain days when you guys do that, or...
Usually about one day a year.
Okay.
And I think we've got one coming up in about January or February.
January. All right, I'll have to remember that, and that just comes up on your website.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that'd be.
When you get back to the last guys.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
They may know. Michael will know more than me. But usually they're piston engines.
Oh wow.
Big old radial engines and things like that.
Yep.
And we've got a couple of Rolls-Royce Merlins.
Wow.
V12s.
And obviously Rolls-Royce today are still going, you know,
Yeah,
obviously with
only
Boeing
just.
and yeah, only just.
Yep.
So what are they? What's going to replace them? Do you think?
Well, Rolls-Royce aircraft engines are still going.
Okay.
But Rolls-Royce cars is now being bought by India or somebody.
Right. Okay. Unreal. This is the Commodore Aviation. Yeah, Aviation. So what do they use this one for? Just obviously...
It was a fish spotter, and it's also a short takeoff and landing aeroplane.
Okay.
And they used to land on the top of the islands.
Yep.
Out to the Gulf. To resupply lighthouses. They still had lighthouse keepers out there. They used to spy with these things. They used to land on these strips that were like that.
Yep.
200 metre long strips and things like that.
Wow.
Pretty
So obviously there's
stuff.
the supercharger, correct?
Yep, that's a supercharger.
Wow. Yeah, they don't make engines like this anymore. It's all solid in it, you know. These days it's all alloy cast iron and soft stuff, you know. And when the piston lets go, they go kind of through the block. And I don't know too much about engine type, but I've done a few in cars and boats and stuff like that. But yeah, they don't make solid engines like these, you know. Wow. I can imagine having an aircraft and getting parts, it just would not be cheap. You know, just like...
made in Czechoslovakia, this aeroplane. That's why it looks really unusual, but very effective aeroplane, very well built. You don't see many Spitfires, particularly early model ones.
Spitfire?
Like this is a Mark V, and it came off a Pacific Island, the Good Enough Island.
Yep.
And it was restored here in Adelaide about 40 years ago. While I was much younger, 50 years ago actually.
And obviously this is the engine out of that, or
No, this is out of a later model one. This has got the big supercharger on it.
wow.
This is the Merlin 60 size one.
Yep.
That's about the size that goes into a Mustang.
So your extractors, I'm guessing, or yeah,
This is a
extractors.
Merlin from about a Mark 9, I would say.
Yep.
It's got different exhausts on it, and it's got the big intercooler. And it's a much bigger supercharger. That one, this is only a Mark 5.
Yep.
Fairly early model one.
And they don't have these today flying, or they
Oh yeah, if you go to Temora,
tomorrow?
over in New
Okay.
South Wales,
Oh right.
the museum there's got 2 of them, and
Yep.
they're flying.
And they're still flying. Oh yeah. And this one here had no weapons, or this one here had no weapons on it, or
Oh yeah,
oh they do.
it's got 2 cannons.
Oh okay, I see that.
That's
Yes.
what's looking at it. 2
Yep.
20mm cannons and
Yep.
2 machine guns in each wing.
Oh yeah. So I guess obviously with these ones, if they get shot down, was there a parachute inside the cabin there?
Yeah,
or-
they wore a parachute.
Oh, they actually, there's nothing on the
Yeah.
seat, is what they had, obviously ones on the
Yeah,
F-16.
they had a bucket seat and they
bucket
sat on
seat.
their parachute. Very uncomfortable.
I couldn't imagine, yeah.
But they only didn't fly for long. They didn't have to carry that much fuel.
Okay.
So they didn't have to endure it for too long.
This would have to be one of your biggest, I guess, this one here?
No, we've got bigger than
No?
that in the other
Oh.
hangar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got the Orion.
Yep.
And
Amazing. This was a passenger plane.
yep, that's
Yep.
a DC-3. And you wouldn't think that that aeroplane was built before World War II. But
Wow. Yep.
it was such a well-made aeroplane that people are still flying them around the world.
Unreal. And then you look at these ones today, to the ones that we got today, the 737-800. You know, the comfort and everything else, it's amazing. Okay, so you can actually go in here.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look, yeah, for sure. Just boarding inside this aircraft, guys. Oh, wow. Look at this. Fantastic. Unreal. You guys have kept it in like really good condition. And you guys don't have to do
This
too...
one was a working aeroplane. It wasn't a passenger aeroplane. And,
Wow.
but it did have a team that went with it. This was a airborne workshop.
Yeah, and it's got that aircraft smell. I don't know if, when you board an aircraft. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing.
This aeroplane used to work for the government doing altitude research.
Ah, okay.
So it was flying around with all manner of equipment in it.
Yep. Is that
measuring all sorts of atmospherics, how much oxygen, how much ozone.
Oh wow, was that before the passenger, they used it as a passenger plane, or was it after?
No, this was what this aeroplane did for its life.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So it was an airborne research aircraft.
Yep. Yeah, to me that looks like a stereo system, but obviously it's not.
Nope, that was looking for all sorts of things.
Wow. Look at that. That's amazing. Wow, technology has definitely changed. Because
this is a very old-fashioned engine set.
Yeah.
This it's got fixed shaft turboprop engines.
Yep.
And they're very noisy things to operate. But they were extremely reliable.
Unreal, yeah, because I've sat in a 733-800, you know, all the components on the overhead and all that, but yeah, with all the
Well, this has got all
glass.
the same gear. It's just that it's a bit more antiquated looking.
Okay, don't have the glass screens, you know, like they do with the avionics. Yeah, yeah. Technology has definitely changed, and what's it going to say? What's it going to look like in the next 20 to 30 years? You know, with the aircrafts we have today. Wow. Unreal. Wow. Yeah, that is brilliant. Okay, the FTA. So this is, I had one of these when I was doing training.
Yep.
At the Beaufort Airport. So obviously this is one of their first, or... Okay. $1992. Okay. Wow. And you can sit inside, or?
Yeah, you can hop in there.
Oh, crikey. Oh, wow. Oh, this is amazing. How cool is this, guys? I've got to get myself one of these. Yeah, they didn't have too much in these, did they?
Yeah, it's got more than enough.
Yep.
It's got quite a few
Like, well, I'm comparing as in today,
yeah.
with, you know, avionics and stuff like that. Yeah, navigation system, and things have obviously changed, but sure.
Because this aeroplane is time expired.
Yeah.
Aeroplanes have a life.
Yeah.
And that one's another one. Usually that sort of aeroplane is designed to last about 10,000 hours. It's 10,000 hours of flying.
Yeah.
And this would be in the same area. Some of these aeroplanes, the old ones, they would have had modifications that would have been available, and they would have gone beyond that. Some of these aeroplanes would have been still flying with 50,000 hours on them.
Wow.
They just keep changing the engines, and they check them over, and they go off. They go flying
And off
again.
they go again.
Jumbo jets, I knew of jumbo jets that were still flying with 110,000 hours on them.
110,000. Wow. Okay. And obviously that's a lot of flying. I mean, I don't know how, when they go from what they
It means that aeroplane has probably been working all its life for more like 25 years.
Oh wow. I guess they really put some hours when they did country to country, didn't they, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, state to state, you know, wouldn't take as much, but
10,000 hours in one of these aeroplanes.
yeah, sure.
12 years worth.
Ah, one of my favourite airlines, Qantas. I still fly with these guys. Qantas or Virgin or Malaysia Airlines. Oh wow. Check this out.
Stripped out, unfortunately. We haven't got any seats in it.
Oh no. Oh wow. You can, yeah, but you actually appreciate the
They
sheer
used to
size.
drive Jeeps in them. Because they used to, the military version, which this one is,
Okay.
that opens up, that's another door.
Wow.
So they used to put it, they could have a ramp here and they used to drive a Jeep in.
Oh wow, okay. I'd be worried about the weight of them.
Yeah, if you put it up here, it's not a problem.
Oh,
Put it
okay.
up over the wing.
Yep. So when you guys got this one there, I had no seats in it.
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know if it had seats or not. It may have had.
But trying to find seats to go in here.
This one's still got most of its Air Force goodies in it. This is how it would have looked when it was in the Air Force, which was
Unreal.
very little different to World War II. This one, I don't know if it was a World War II veteran. I think it was. But that's how they would have been.
And that's a pity it's locked. Yeah, it's something you probably wouldn't want to let young kids and stuff like that messing with the components. And
that's the navigator's table. He sat there with his maps and drawing lines all over things.
wow. Another small one again. Okay, the Piper. Isn't this old school? Wow, that is really good condition, isn't it?
Bright and shiny. Don't need a shade.
Wow. Oh, now look at that. Oh, yes. I don't know if you guys can see in there with this reflection on the glass, but gives you an idea what's inside of a cockpit on one of these jets. Yeah, it's a shame they had to retire this one. So what was this used for?
It's a Fraser Nash turret, so they used them on Lancasters. This is the nose gun.
Right, okay, yep. Which I think I was saying before, the one that sits in this little cabin and with these machine guns and does all the firing. Unreal. And I guess that wouldn't be bulletproof.
No, it's not bulletproof at all.
Yeah, so I can imagine the guy that would have to be sitting in there, you know, hoping for his life he doesn't get shot at, and because I guess they're first going to take out the gunmen, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Well, these things, when they were operating in World War II, the English soon learned that flying during the day with only 2 guns to protect yourself with wasn't enough. So they took to flying at night. And the Americans, they said, we've got enough manpower, we can fly our B-17s anytime we like. And they flew them during the daylight, and they suffered up to 30% losses.
Oh, no.
A lot of guys never got to finish their 25 tours. A third of them were dead by the end of it.
Jeez.
You know, you think that being in the Air Force that you'd be safe, but they weren't.
Yeah.
You stood better chance of surviving and landing at D-Day.
Yeah.
Landing on a beach than you did surviving a tour of operations on Bomber Command.
And what about today? As times changed, obviously they're a lot more safer now. Are they?
A lot safer.
A lot safer. Yeah.
We only bought one squadron.
So the dollars are just sitting in this hangar alone. It's amazing.
Well, this thing is still viable as an airplane.
Yeah. Yep.
Worth a lot of money.
Worth a lot of money. And
one of our maintenance guys, he has to fill out a report every month and sends it to the Air Force saying this airplane's all right.
Oh, wow. And my camera cut out, guys, because I had a flat battery, so not too sure where we finished up there, but was in there.
We can take a few shots over there. This is our F-35 trainer.
Okay.
And it's not a real airplane.
I was going to look at it because I was looking at the window.
Yeah, there's only a couple of these in the world, and they were built as procedures trainers for ground crew, and they used them as radar targets out here at Arju. So they had this thing on a trolley, and they used to move it around the airport and try and see what sort of pattern it made on a radar.
Oh, right. So it does fly though?
No.
No, okay.
No, it's not flyable. It's made out of tin. This is our workshop.
Oh, now this is what I'm talking about.
So come in here, you can have a look at some big airplanes that are built.
Oh my goodness gracious. What was so this one here, what was that from? Was it one of the bobbins or?
That's off of the 707, that one. But you can see where they've had nicks in them.
Okay.
And the guy sat there with a file and cleaned that up and then polished it with emery tape.
Yep. So what was the cause of that damage?
Probably a bird strike.
I was going to say birds.
Bit of gravel coming in.
Yep.
See, there's one that's unmarked.
Yeah, another one
Here's
here
a couple here.
Yep. We've got some big ones down here.
Yep.
Yeah, so, okay.
But they still run fine.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing about a jet engine. You can have a lot of damage on them and they still go.
And they still go. It doesn't affect flying or anything like that?
No.
Wow. But they did it anyway, just to, for the sake of it.
I've had a fan on a 800 engine that was bent, several blades that were bent and twisted, and the engine ran fine.
And you still flew it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be curious about that? Like,
it was. We had to fly it back to a base, but the engine ran smoother than the other one.
Wow.
Which was supposed to be a good one.
I don't know, if I was that pilot, I'd be like, I'd be still thinking like, well, I want to expect it over if it is going to be safe, you know. It's
Yeah, the guys expected it, said it's good, but it's got to have to come out next time it gets back to base. So we flew it back to base.
You guys have a lot of, because I've done a lot of YouTubing around Port Adelaide, and there's a lot of history and stuff. You guys have a lot of volunteers here?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Everybody in here is a volunteer.
Yeah, wow.
We've got all sorts of guys that know how to operate equipment like that. We've got one guy that was a trade school teacher. He's an expert, and a few others. A couple of guys that were craft teachers at schools.
Yep.
So they're the kind of people we want.
So when do they all know?
He's had a 40-year career in metalwork, doing sheet metal work on things like this.
Wow.
He was around when we first got this. He's back again because he's retired a second time.
So when do they normally work in here? During the week, or they?
Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday is workshop days.
Yeah. And you can come in and see them work, or?
No, just talk to us nicely.
Yeah.
And somebody will come in.
Oh, yeah, okay. I might have to come back and see that. And see them.
This aeroplane is a piece of history. It was dug out of the swamp in Port Pirie.
Wow, okay.
In 1970 something.
It's been hit?
No, it was just crash landed.
Just crash landed.
In the swamp. Because there was a bombing and gunnery school up at Port Pirie during the war.
Wow.
And they were training people on these. This is a bomber. A fairy battle. And I was one of the team that went out to the bush. You know, we floated it out on a couple of a raft made out of 44-gallon drums. There's our wing.
Okay.
Move. It was over there before.
Yep.
This is what
one of them?
This is what it looked like. All of that looked like this.
Wow.
And this guy, he's been our top sheet metal guy. He's been pulling this to pieces, and he's documenting every single piece he takes off, like that. Puts them all in boxes. Then later on, we will duplicate them, and then assemble it back together again. It'll be another wing.
Yeah.
And these had a Rolls-Royce Merlin in them. So they were quite a big, robust aeroplane when they came out. But unfortunately, they were doomed. They were too slow because they were very big and a bit too slow, and they got shot down with regular monotony. And so they soon learnt that they were not the aeroplane for the job.
Yep.
Because they were pre-World War II design.
Yeah, well they obviously want something with speed, and
they decided that it's just too slow. We don't care if it can carry a very large bomb. It can't carry it fast enough.
Oh my goodness gracious. See, I've come here it was about 15 years ago. And yeah, sure. And I didn't see any of this. Oh, Alan, this is amazing.
So we've got the real big caribou here.
Wow. Okay. So this is the Orion, the ones they still fly around today. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I see them every day. Yep. And what do they use these ones for?
They were long-range sub-hunters. These things could go out on 12-hour missions, drone around out over the Indian Ocean looking for Russian submarines, Chinese submarines.
Because I actually thought they did for weather, checking for weather or something.
No, a bit more than that.
Yeah.
These things could actually carry bombs and torpedoes.
So they use this in the Vietnam War, I'm guessing? Yep. Oh, that is amazing. So when they bring these ones down here, how they dismantle the wings and they just bring them back of a truck?
And
And
Mike told me when they did this, they took the outer panels of the wings off.
Yep.
Because there's the other panel on the wing there.
I was just looking at that one. Yeah.
That's it. That's the other side.
Wow.
And it was too wide to get a permit to go through New South Wales. It was
Is that
9
where it come
metres
from?
wide, even when they took the wings off. So they towed it to Queensland, the Northern Territory, and South Australia that way.
Oh, no. So one truckload for the aircraft, another truck with the driver through the wings. And you look at the wings on the wall, then you see the sheer size of them. That is unreal. Wow. Okay, there's the parachute, yep. And they've obviously never had to use the chute in these, I'm guessing, or?
No, they have.
Oh, okay, they're just replacing, yep.
I know one of the blokes that was involved in it.
Oh, wow.
He ejected out.
Yep.
And that finished his Air Force career because he had back injury after that.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. I mean, you get shooted out, don't you? And
I knew another guy that had banged out of one of these, I think I remember, but he was okay, and he went on to fly helicopters. He couldn't fly these sort of things again, but he flew helicopters.
Yeah.
Jumbo tyres are about that high.
Unreal. And it's amazing, like so when they knew when they're going to be wearing out, how do they detect, like, does as a normal car tyre, they check between the...
Yeah, they've usually got about 20 ply rating. You know, in most cars are about 6 or 8 or something.
Yeah,
These things are 20. And you're allowed to use, wear out, show several plies.
Oh, that is unreal. Boarding another military aircraft. Oh, this is unreal. Okay. So this is obviously another one, Alan, they brought into cars and Jeeps.
Yep. Well, they could probably stick a Jeep in here.
Yep. Because there's they wouldn't be tie downs, would they?
Oh, yes,
they are tie downs. Yep. Oh wow, it's unreal. Fasten your seatbelts.
These are the same engines that are in the Hercules.
Okay. Yep. Heavy duty avionics. Hydraulics, sorry. Okay.
This is a 2-seater Mirage, which makes it very rare. And it's got an RG symbol on its tail.
Yep.
It's out here at Edinburgh for a while.
So obviously they're only
this
got one.
aeroplane, when we got it, was a piece of junk.
Oh, wow.
Very corroded. It had been out in the open for years.
Yep.
And they'd be using it as a radar target.
Oh wow.
And they had a hydraulic motor driven by a battery pack mounted where the cockpits are.
Yep.
And had a big battery pack in there, hydraulic motor, and they could turn the engine over. and they could spin it up and power all the hydraulics in the aeroplane and make the controls move.
Oh, okay.
And they would move it around the airport and put it in various attitudes with the wing down and all that sort of stuff.
Oh.
And they were trying to get a picture, a radar picture of the fan blades inside the engine. And that way they can tell what sort of engine it is. They know that it's got a fan blade of this pattern. It's so that goes into a big database of the information.
Yep.
So if our pilot's somewhere flying around the place and he gets attacked by something, they can look at it and say that engine belongs to such and such type aircraft, because they've got signatures of all these.
Okay. So when you say rare, it's because it's a two-seater. Do they only come with one-seater?
Not a lot of two-seaters.
Wow. Okay. So how many would they have of two-seaters?
These were purely instructional ones, two-seaters, because they didn't have a radar in the nose, and they didn't have the gunnery radar in them. That was only in the single-seaters. We've come up, you can have a look. We've taken one of the ejector seats out.
We got our own guided tour. This is fantastic. Oh, now we can get up
Trying to
close.
turn this thing back to what it looks like. Very bad corrosion in the floor of this. That's why it was condemned. It only had one last mission to come back to here, and I made these. And another old gentleman's been making all these other bits to go in it. And we had one guy who was a radio tech, and he's made a lot of these bits are fake. He's actually made them.
Okay.
Some of these instruments are correct, but there's a lot that aren't. Like he made that.
Yep.
And he made that, and all the other stuff. That thing is about $1,800 worth.
Wow. Unreal. That is amazing.
So we're trying to get this back to looking like it looked like.
As much as you can.
Yeah, as long as we can. But we think that see this bit here. That's a TACAN tuner.
Okay.
Every Air Force aircraft in Australia had one of them in it, and the Americans used them as well. Do you think you can get one? No, you can't.
No.
They're none around. And in the end, he found that one. The bloke was selling aircraft spares in Texas.
Oh, unreal.
Yeah, and he bought that one.
So when you guys are, yeah, because I mean, like it's like building an old car, you know. But, yeah, when you guys are trying to get parts.
That's the fake rocket motor for an ejector seat. We made that.
Oh, okay.
The guys built that.
It pushes out. Yep.
So well, I haven't been in here for a couple of weeks because I've been away.
Yep.
And I see that Jimmy's finished this off.
Yeah. No, you've done a really good job. So when you guys get parts, you'd have to just hunt around the whole world, or just every country.
Yep. Pull them out, and you can take a picture of this one, because this one's very original. This back cockpit was not knocked around too much, so we were able to fix it up okay. The front one was absolutely mangled. So you can take a couple of shots of that.
Oh, wow.
A lot of that's
look at
original.
that. And they were the engine hours, Alan?
No, I think that's a flow meter for takeoff, or a totalizer. You used to set it to 0.
Sure.
And you knew that you had £5,000 of fuel on board. So when you started it up, it would start using. When it got to 4,500, you knew you had to be back on the ground.
And there's your pull cords.
Yeah, that's for an ejector seat.
Yep.
So this is the
cord that
seat under here.
Every pilot hopefully doesn't want to pull.
No. That's correct. That side there, that's original panelling.
Wow.
That was in the aircraft when we got it. With the throttle was still there. And down here, this stuff here on this side is original. This stuff up here is stuff we had to make. That lot there goes along there.
Yep. So the throttle doesn't have it, it's not at the front. He did he did the throttle, he did the flying?
No,
No?
no, all that throttle stuff is duplicated
Right.
up here.
Okay.
It's
So
a
he was the
two-seater,
pilot.
proper two-seater.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both pilots.
Both pilots.
Yeah.
But you
The
didn't...
instructor's sitting in the back.
Ah,
the guy in the
right.
front.
So you can still fly from...
Yeah, both. Again, there's RG on the tail of this FAD. When we get our big expansion plan in action, there's going to be another hangar built out that side. And both these big aeroplanes will get their other wings back on.
Yep. But this one would still start?
No.
No. Okay. Yep. So with the Orions, that...
One of those engines on the Caribou is okay, the other one's not.
Okay.
They put a dead engine in
But
it.
the Orions they have today, are they exactly the same as these ones? Nothing's changed?
Not much has changed.
Okay.
That's strange it may seem. The Mirage is
Yep.
just as fast as an F-18.
Oh, you're kidding!
We're both doing Mach 2. So aeroplanes haven't really gone any faster in the last few years. Unfortunately, we don't have open at the moment. But when we have a walkthrough day, which happens every now and again,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
they
Definitely
open
come
up,
back
you
for
can go
that.
in there and sit down. We have a couple of people keeping an eye on the kids,
Sure.
and you can get up the front and talk to people who flew them.
And everything looks still intact.
Well, yes, the scope dopes would be all over this.
Oh, that is unreal.
Its mission was to take these they're sonar buoys, and there's various kinds of them, and they put them in a flat in a tube, spit them
Okay.
out the back,
Yeah, and what will they use for?
and they're listening. Those things are listening for sounds under the ocean,
Right, okay. Yep.
and they're sending a message back, and these guys are plotting it and listening to them.
Yep.
And they can listen for submarines, they can pick up its signature, they know what sort of sub it is.
Oh, right. And then so,
yeah.
okay.
They got-
And they would never retrieve...
No,
these-
they get washed
okay.
up.
They get washed up.
Yep.
So I can
They
imagine
go-
how many of the ocean they would think
Yeah,
would...
in fact, Wayne was telling me how many hundreds of millions of dollars of these things are sitting at the bottom of the Indian Ocean.
Yep. Unreal. But I guess after time they just rust out and
I suppose they would.
perish and... Yep. The seawater.
Because it was an aeroplane that used to go out there for 12 hours on station. They've got bunks back here. They've got 3 bunks, I think, where
Yeah, wow.
guys can have a snooze.
Have a snooze, yep.
They've got a galley back there where they can cook up some food.
Yeah, that is unreal.
So it's a working aeroplane.
Yeah.
I like helicopters. This is one of my favourites.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen one, obviously, flying well. We don't have them here, do we? Or,
Well, we used to.
We used to.
I was at the last Parafield Air Show, which was about 100 years ago, and they had a squadron of these things come off the ship.
wow.
Come in and put on a show. They're fantastic. Because I'm old enough, I knew people that flew them.
Oh, that is so cool.
I thought they were a pretty good aeroplane. In fact, this is what the Pogs used at the Falklands.
Oh, okay.
They were still using it.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. Wow, a lot of wiring looms in here. Crikey. Unreal. And was that another Rolls Royce?
That's the Rolls Royce Mean, which is
Okay.
out of this aircraft.
Out of this one here, single engine.
Yeah, it's
Yep. So what was the go with the funny wingspan? I don't see the tail.
They decided at the time, because they put the engine in the middle, to get the tail out of
Right.
the jet blast.
Okay.
So they put a twin tail boom on it and lifted the tail up.
Yeah, that was amazing. Tell you what, on a hot day, Ellen, I guess if they're somewhere waiting to fly out, I guess they can just sit under here, aren't they? You know what I mean? Drop a couple of tarps over and you've got plenty of shade. Yeah, see the size of these things, it's amazing. And I see now why you had to tap that one off, because you just wouldn't have enough room.
No. We don't have the real estate.
Okay, so what's the go with this one here?
That was, they used to bolt the engines to it, take it out in the middle of the airport and just leave it running.
Oh, okay, righto.
It was a test stand.
Yep.
So this company used to build engines after they reconditioned them. And this thing was very well known around the place as a test.
And they just operate it in here?
And they drive it out to the middle of the paddock and just leave it running. So.
Oh, wow.
But this was a changeable mount. They could put any engine they wanted into it.
Okay, yeah, I see. So they want to test, they just drive it out and... Yep. It's a good way of doing it, actually. Can imagine those trolleys, they could weigh a bit with the engines on them.
Doesn't have an intercooler on it like that one that was out there. This is a Merlin 2. That one out there is
a Merlin 2.
A Merlin 20 or something. It was the Merlin 60s that went into the Mustangs. We've got one that's in a shed. So
okay.
Merlin 60, that would have been in a Mustang.
Yep.
They've got a big intercooler and a big double supercharger. Got 2 rows.
Wow.
This has only got a single one on it.
Look at the size of that. That's the flywheel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a flywheel to help it start. This is pre-World War II, this engine. This is a Rolls-Royce Kestrel.
So how many pistons are in this one?
12.
12. Yep.
It runs very smooth, this one.
I was going to say the aviation fuel wouldn't be cheap, would it, to run these things? Or?
No, you've got to shove a few litres into them.
Yep.
They only run for a short time.
Yep.
When we do run them. That's what it looked like when we got it.
Wow. Unreal. And where'd you guys find this one?
Would I?
Yeah, no, where'd you guys find this one?
Yeah, it came from up at Butte.
At Butte.
Australia, yeah.
Okay. And what, no one owned it, or is it?
No, after the war,
Yep.
farmers were buying these
Yep.
to get the nuts and bolts out of them. And the timber from the wing spars. Because I know a place, a hardware store, where I grew up in Wollonga, bloke bought 2 Avro Anson, 2 of these, and he used the wing spars as rafters for the roof of his workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sit there pulling all the cable out of them, and they pulled out the nuts and bolts, because you couldn't get nuts and bolts after the war.
No.
Sounds incredible, but that's how it was.
And they just pull parts off of it.
Yeah.
And you guys now restored it back to this. That is amazing.
Yes, columns. This is a 146. We used to call them fruit bats.
Okay, what was their reason?
So every time it gets dark, they take off.
Ah, righto.
So a lot of them were used as night freighters.
Yep. Probably a little bit too dark. Go over if you see anything guys in here. Oh wow.
I thought there was a light in there.
Yeah. I'll have to yeah, if you guys have like an opening day where you have all the the cockpit's open, they'll have to definitely come back and...
There should have been lights here. I don't know what they've done with it.
That's okay. Wow. Quite comfy seats too, isn't it?
I think they're using this for some movie work.
Unreal. Oh, movie work, okay.
Yeah, they're doing a new series of flying doctors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they'll be in here using some of their aircraft. I think this is one they're going to use.
Yep. And they're going to obviously have the green screen to make it look like they're flying, and oh, that's unreal. Okay. Normally, yeah, in aircraft you only have the one shutter bar, and these have got the two, the bottom and the top. That's pretty cool.
It still works.
Oh, wow.
There's a cable going in there, and there's no lights in there. There should be. Okay, let's go.
But no, I appreciate the time and effort you've put along that one, but I'll upload this on my channel, and that, yeah, that'd be good. But I'll have to come by when you guys have got all the cockpits open. That'd be...
Yeah, we just missed that open day. Was it last weekend? Or the weekend before?
Well, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that whole tour. I think we spent a good probably an hour and a half in here. Alan, been fantastic. He's one of the guides here. He's been here 3 or 4 years, and he's actually a real pilot. That he worked for Qantas. He had flown all the Boeings and the bigger ones in there. Yeah, what a really brilliant guy to run me through all these aircrafts. And this one here, these two here are still basically active with the Australian military RAF base. They decided to park him here because they've, well, run out of parking space, I guess. I'm going to go back in there and get some snaps. I'll get some pictures and I'll upload that to my Instagram. If you don't know my Instagram, guys, it's Benno's Adventures. I'll put that in the description down below. So check out my Instagram. I'm going to keep remember to using it every time I upload videos like this, and I keep forgetting to let you guys know that I have Instagram, but I want to build that up. I've only got 2 or 3 followers, but yeah, it's something new. I just want to keep using that. So if you guys can really help with Instagram, and also smash the like button and subscribe on this channel, keep this channel going, that'd be really cool. As you guys know, the ones that do follow my channel, I'm preparing one of my biggest trips to Vietnam, so I'm preparing for that. That's coming up in the coming next new year, probably in January, hopefully. I'm going to spend 2 months there, but that's another video, and that's hopefully going to really move my channel up. I've got a lot of things planned when I do fly over there. I've got a few people I'm going to meet up with. So yeah. All right, I'm going to go back in, get some pictures. If you want to check out these snaps where I'm going to take off the camera, they'll go up on my Instagram as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.